Hello everyone, so patch 1107 has just gone live, depending on when you're watching this and where you're watching it from, but the main addition to this patch is the new ring, which is now going to start at 639 instead of being upgradable to 639. So this ring has received quite a significant buff just before the patch went live, so you can now upgrade it all the way to 658. You can upgrade it at one stage every week for 6 weeks, so it takes 6 weeks to get all the way to 658. So Blizzard's goal for this ring is for it to be, obviously, the gigabase for Season 1, and for it to be relevant going into Season 2. It should compete with Heroic Raid gear and get eventually replaced by Mythic Raid and High End Plus dungeons. But if history is to repeat itself, just like with the Onyx Amulet in Dragonflight, they probably will need to tune specific gems or whatever, so that it doesn't get used for the entire season. Now, thanks to Archie here, he's got some notes for us. I've already mentioned these two. There are 12 unique gems that you can use. They're split into 3 types, and you can use one of each type. Unlike the Onyx Amulet, the gems have predetermined drop locations and do not need to be upgraded. And he's also posted some numbers down here. So at 658 is a 3.7% increase compared to the previous base ring, and 2% at the baseline 639 item level, assuming you have the good gems, of course. And for AoE, it's 3% increase or 1.5% at 639. For arms, it is a 2.4% upgrade on single targets and a 1% on single target if it's 639. So it seems that Fury does benefit more from this than arms does, but actually arms benefits slightly more on AoE than Fury does. Why exactly, I don't know, but yeah, that's how the numbers are. So if you don't have these BIS gems, or you want to try out different ones, you can actually go on top gear on raid bots. So if you do this, paste your sim-c string in here. So if I do this here, and I just type in Circlet, and I set it to say 639, and then click that, it'll be added to my rings here. No sockets. I'm just going to add the mastery enchant to that, and then down here you have all of the gems that you can choose between, and you can just run the sim and run the sim with maybe the gems that you already have and see if any of those are an upgrade for you. So yeah, so definitely use raid bots for that, because you're going to want to do that. Make sure that you're replacing the correct ring, because you have 2 rings, of course, and you want to replace the ring that is worst. But yeah, other than that, there are some unannounced patch 1107 warrior changes. Bug fixes, basically. The Overwhelm debuff, it was benefiting external sources of damage, such as Mad Queen's Mandate. It used to buff trinket damage and proc damage like that from trinkets and sources like that, basically. Ravager now consistently ticks 6 times at various amounts of haste, so I guess at some point, well, I guess currently Ravager doesn't work consistently with haste. I haven't noticed it, but I'll believe him. This is a really nice change that's well overdue. Consuming Slayers marked for execution stacks on cleaved targets now correctly reduces the cooldown of Batestorm. So let's say I have 2 targets, right? This one has marked for execution. This one does not, but this one is executable. So if I do a Whirlwind, get the Whirlwind buff, and cleave and execute off this one, then I will be consuming the marked for execution stacks off this target, because it gets hit by the cleaved execute. It didn't work like that before. It would just consume the stacks, I believe, and not give you any cooldown reduction on the Bladestorm. So that's a really nice change. Bladestorm's offhand damage now has damage variance, which doesn't change anything really. And the final strike of Demolish can no longer be parried. That's cool. I think that's a needed change for Demolish, but it doesn't really change the issues I have with arms and Demolish as a whole. Although I don't dislike Demolish as much as I did in the beta. I've been playing it quite a bit, and I think it's okay. I just don't think arms is that fun in its current state. But anyway, that's all I've got to say for today. Hopefully this helped you, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.